Okay. Bada bing bada.
Hi.
Hi. Here we are again, episode 22.
That feels significant.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it does.
I don't know why, but it just does.
Double album.
22.
Like, do we get something for this?
Yeah.
A bead?
Oh.
Maybe?
Oh. Or free Eras tour tickets. I mean, to
If we
celebrate
must.
us getting to this place.
If we must.
Yeah, we must.
Mm-hmm.
Must. For sure.
I tell you what, I don't feel 22.
No.
Mm-mm.
I don't even feel 32.
No, I feel 52, I think. I woke up at 5 a.m. today, and 8 p.m. me is giving 52.
Yes. I think maybe I had a chance of being 42 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm definitely out of 52 as well this evening. So
okay.
I'm with you,
well, I'm
sister.
glad we checked in. I'm glad we kind of
Good to know.
established where we're both at,
Yeah.
what we both have to give. So Amber this week is your supernova girl. And I love that. And she has like a little like a subtitle, and it says Xenon Carr. I love Xenon, the girl of the 21st century.
Yeah.
Is her last name Carr?
I think so.
Okay. I wasn't sure if this was like something else, like a new rapper I don't know about.
No.
Or
if it's not, then it might be one of those what is it called? The Mandela effect.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It might be like that, like Bernstein, Bears.
Yeah. The Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
Logo.
Totally. It totally could be one of those situations. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Xenon Carr. Okay. I didn't look it up. I just went with my heart on that.
That would be a good rapper name. Lil Xenon Carr.
When I was also thinking your supernova girl is a great screen name. Like, we always bring it back to the screen names, right? Like, that's just full circle as a millennial.
Boom, boom, boom. Make my heart go zoom, zoom.
I want a Xenon-themed birthday party at some point in my life.
Oh my God. What a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good to know. I'm not known for throwing surprise parties or anything. So that's kind of a funny story. Amber, was it you who I got in a dispute about one time? It was a gentle dispute over this song. Actually, it just came back to me when I sang that.
Me too. That's so weird. Yeah. That's a shared experience. Yeah, because I thought it was boom, 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 which would make the most sense. We can all agree, I think.
Well, I think it is. No, it's zoom, zoom, make my heart go. Zoom, 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 make my heart go boom, boom. I think I sing it backwards just now, but.
Yeah, I thought there were 3 booms. And it's just.
Yeah, make my heart go zoom, zoom. And you want to go zoom, 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 but it's zoom, zoom.
Yeah, I think that was a miss on Disney's part. And if we could just redo that part of it, I think it would be a 100% masterpiece.
I like it. It's kind of like musically creative instead of the triplet. You get the.
I don't know. It rubs me the wrong way. That's so funny. We both have very strong opinions on this. We should have added
How do we feel about?
It's incredible. Tori today is Maroon Melancholy, which I absolutely love because I think of the song Maroon and being melancholy while listening to Maroon. Okay, I assume that's
hand in
your
hand.
thought process, but one can never be too sure. And Tori's little subtitle today is Chairman of the Tortured Poets. So just chef's kiss.
I'm still not over it. I thought I was over TTPD, and then I've been a little depresso this week and just full on back in, just streaming 24/7. I have actually sprinkled some other artists in there a bit, but mostly just, kind of screaming those bridges.
Yes. Well, there's so many good ones to choose from. That's great. So updates this week. Tori is a witch.
And I think we all knew that. I think that's pretty clear.
When Tori and I record, we have a shared note every week with all of our bullet points. And whenever we start the recording, I bring up the shared note on my computer. So I have everything on my screen and I don't have to mess with my phone. And we were just adding bullet points to the note, and she's editing it on her phone at her house, and I'm editing on my computer at my house. And we both go to add a bullet point at the exact same time. And on her end, she goes to press enter to go to the next line. So half of my bullet point is on one line and the other half is on the next line. And she goes to show me that it's on 2 lines because I asked if it was on 2 lines because on my end it's only on one.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as she put her phone up to the screen, mine went to 2 lines. Yeah. But it was 1 line prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say
some chants under my breath. Yeah.
That's significant because you could be haunted right now. You know, we did say you're not in the safe zone yet.
True. That's a good point.
You absolutely stayed in a haunted old folks home. There's no question about it.
We're going to have to consult Birdie. You're going to go see her soon, right?
Yeah.
Maybe I should give you like one of my garments to bring to her or something.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm going to just pop over to your house at 5 a.m. on the way to the airport. I'm going to take a garment with me. The witchiest one. The one that feels the most like woo-woo.
My cloak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For sure.
Yes. The one that feels the most like a cloak. An actual cloak would be great.
I have one, yeah.
I know.
Oh, okay. Like, do I need to wear that next week?
Yes.
We'll see.
Yeah, we could have a witches and warlocks. Okay, if we didn't have these freaking things on our ears,
it's hard to get a cute witch hat. Oh.
I would love to be an elven princess. That's for sure.
That's a good birthday party, too.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Fairyland.
Yeah, like Lord of the Rings, fairies, which is weird stuff.
There's got to be like one person dressed as a Pegasus, but it's 2 people in the suit.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I don't want to be dressed in that one. I'm just volunteering, not myself.
Yeah, I would want to be the front end, I think. I'd maybe get a little claustrophobic as the back end there. Do you have, like, can you see anything when you're the back end? Probably not.
No, but I volunteered Terrell as tribute for that.
That sounds fair.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Mm-hmm. I like how we just throw his name out.
We're going to government name him all day. Okay? He might even get a TikTok clip. We don't know. We'll see.
So what's going on this week?
We've got some new followers, which is crazy because we only had like 80-something followers to begin with. Yeah. But I know in the last couple of days we got at least 2 new followers. And I feel like that's a lot. So thanks for being here.
Pretty cool. Yeah. It's hard to get them on Instagram. They come and go pretty quick on TikTok, but Instagram, they are hard to come by. I finished that work thing I was talking about last week. So that's nice. A bit of a weight off my chest. I finally got it done today.
Nice. How long did it wind up being?
40 pages before the appendix and exhibits, which was another 40 pages.
Okay.
It's like 80.
You just casually wrote a book.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it too, actually. It was a pretty fun project to work on. A little bit of like a time crunch at the end. So like that part was a little stressful, but like the content and like I really like that kind of writing, like scientific writing.
That's cool.
So that was fun. Yeah. And it feels good for it to be done. Just like checking boxes off.
I love checking something off my to-do list. I actually spilled an entire cup of water on my calendar.
No, not the calendar. You need the calendar.
Yeah, my paper one. Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you made it to this without the calendar.
I'm pretty upset about it because it's a good one. And it's like, I could probably still use it, but all the pages are like warped.
Yeah. And a new one is what, $12, so.
Right. So that's my goal, is to find a new one. Like, very picky.
Oh, so maybe it's more than 12.
It could be. Well, I usually am not a big spender when it comes to that stuff. It'll be under $20.
Okay.
I think it's safe to say that. Yeah. In these times.
In this economy?
Yeah.
During an election year?
Mm-mm. No. Yeah, we're flying to Virginia tomorrow. I have my Country Roads Take Me Home shirt on just to commemorate the experience.
That feels right.
I was reminded of flying with my 2 boys by myself when they were really small, in just like getting ready for this trip. And I will never forget having James in my baby carrier, and TSA made me take him out of the baby carrier when we got to
No?
security. He was dead asleep. I'm like, I am not taking this off. And they were like, no, you got to take that off. And they did not let me wear him. I had to hold him. Like, where am I putting, what do you think is in here with this baby?
Yeah, now have you ever seen the show, what is that? Locked Up Abroad?
No.
Well, this specifically reminds me of that because a lot it's like this show, absolutely terrifying, will make you want to never ever travel.
Okay.
But like a lot of it is like women will try to like get drugs through an airport by like appearing pregnant or like having their kids in carriers and stuff. So
they're not like being total assholes. I definitely get
though.
that. But I'm like, the baby is
though.
asleep.
Yeah, and you can see the baby asleep.
And I had to like take my shoes off and stuff. And I'm like, how am I getting my shoes back on while I'm holding my baby? Like, this is just too many things.
God, yeah. And that's just one kid. There's another one around.
So I'm very much looking forward to traveling with them when we don't have to have baby carriers.
I was going to say
book bags of their stuff. Like,
they're carrying their own things. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm pretty stoked. And I think
you guys get a whole row too. That's pretty cool because there's 3 of you.
I know. That works out because like flying with 4, you're always going to get split up, you know? Or at least one of you. So
my experience usually is flying with 2, and then you like always have some person on one side of you, and it's like, are we gonna like this person? How many times are they gonna have to use the bathroom? Are they concerned about my stress sweat smell?
The armrest. Who gets the armrest?
Yeah, because it's not big enough for even one person's arm.
No, it's okay for like a tiny baby arm.
Maybe
you know, one of the lap children that you're allowed to have under 2 years old is big enough for their little nubs.
I don't know if it even is. I feel like, well, Finn is a little chunky, but I feel like his little arm would be wider than that.
Cut it, bud. And suddenly he has a cowboy hat and like a sheriff badge.
He's going, come on.
That's incredible.
I've been a little depresso this week. Happens, you go through those phases, you know. So I've been kind of like forcing myself to go outside a lot. And I've been playing a lot of disc golf, and that's just been really fun. I've been out almost every day. And I'm playing better, and yeah, it's just been a good time. Get a lot of outside time in. I think I'm fulfilled on my vitamin D intake. It's been amazing.
She's
so hot. Pretty much, yeah. Well, I am part of the Professional Disc Golf Association, Amber.
Yeah, you are an athlete.
Here's a funny story. So when you're a part of the PDGA, which is a real thing, you get like a little card and
oh my god,
with like your number and stuff on it, which like why? Like you never ever do you have to flash it. I imagine like back in the day you probably would have to like show it or something, and now they just like do it for tradition. But my boss, one time I said PDGA around him, and he thought it was so funny that that there's a Professional Disc Golf Association. So me and Tara got him for Christmas a membership for the PDGA.
That's adorable. I love that. He got
the little card in the mail and the magazine.
That's awesome.
And now he's a member.
I feel like, yeah, we should sign people up for random things like that. That's a great idea.
Well, we didn't have to random. This we had to pay for, but we should sign people up, like maybe our enemies, for like spam.
That's kind of more so, I think, what I was thinking.
Yeah. And I do like, that's some really wholesome revenge, honestly.
Yeah. It's like a prank phone call.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same thing. Or the same energy.
Same energy as like sending pizza to someone's house too, but like more respectful. How do we feel about email sign-offs?
Oh, I love this. Okay. I feel like they all sound so forced. And it might be in my head, but I'll never forget when I was pretty new to my job. I think I'd maybe been a project manager for like 6 months. And we had to have a lot of meetings with them. And in one of the meetings, um, the main person in charge was talking to me, and she was like, "By the way, you have got to change your email sign off. It sounds so passive aggressive."
Yours?
Mine. What do
Okay.
you think my email sign off was? If you had to guess, and it's a pretty common one that I was using.
Best, comma?
It was best.
Shut
I was like,
up.
I thought that was like, that's kind of nice. Like, I wish you the best.
Literally standard. When I don't know someone well enough to like be like, "Oh, happy Tuesday," because I'm usually sarcastic if I'm saying happy Tuesday because it's not Friday.
Yes.
Then I put best, comma. They said passive aggressive?
Yeah, she was like, it's really passive aggressive. So ever since then, I was like, well, I simply cannot use this. My brain will not allow me to use this because now I believe it's passive aggressive because one person told me it is. And so I switched to sincerely, which feels a bit sterile.
Now that feels more passive aggressive.
That's so funny. See, I think it's so interesting how people take the tone because I think they're meant to be so neutral, but I think people genuinely have a strong feeling about them. One that I really like that my boss uses a lot is respectfully. He'll just say respectfully and then his name. And with his tone in the email, it goes well. Like, I think it always sounds respectful. But yeah, I haven't landed on one that I'm super loving. Like, I kind of just want to sign my emails like apathetically yours or surviving, not thriving.
I cannot move past the best being passive aggressive. Like, in what world?
I totally agree.
Where's the aggressive part of it? I can see the passive part.
And I'm pretty sure she used sincerely. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember offhand.
So that's probably why you picked that one, because you're like, well, sincerely's got to be safe because she's the one who knows.
Yeah, apparently she's got the, like, it's just so funny how easily I can be swayed. I'm like, oh, I'm doing this wrong. I'm self-taught, sorry. It just says sincerely Amber, and then it has my photo and all of that. So but again, it just feels kind of sterile, and in my position, it doesn't. I am not required to be like I need to be professional, absolutely, but I could have some fun too. Like, I could use an emoji if I wanted, I guess. But what do people use? What feels like your soul's not dying? That's what I want to know. Because they all feel like the life is being sucked out of me when I type them.
I'm feeling really personally attacked by this segment. By this segment, yeah.
I think it's so funny how last minute we picked this as the topic, and it actually is a good one.
And I'm feeling very introspective about it.
I might have to talk to my therapist about it now.
I'm jotting it down. Yeah. And I've got a list. I've got a list this week.
Just if you think there could possibly be a list for it in Tori's realm, there is.
Yeah, I told Amber recently that sometimes Amber knows that I love a shared note. And I recently told her that sometimes I will make a shared note for my therapist, and I will send my therapist a little, and I'll title it agenda and send it to her ahead of time.
It's incredible.
It takes a lot of stress off because I know what to expect. I know what we're talking about going in.
Yeah.
And I can make sure I don't forget, because sometimes like something will happen on Wednesday. By the time Friday comes, like 16 other things have happened. Now, that thing that happened on Wednesday is still more important than the other 16 things that have happened since then.
But it doesn't matter. It's
gone.
All, yeah.
No, that's not a problem anymore.
Yeah.
Until it is again. So, wow, I'm really going to have to think about my email sign-offs. I just cannot aggressive. Best. So is it like sarcastic? They must be taking it that way.
Yeah, she was kind of taking it more in like a sarcastic tone, I think. So I guess I could see where she was coming from, but I think that could be said about any email sign-off. Sincerely, like
respectfully, like that could get real sarcastic.
Respectfully. I'm just gonna start sending voice note sign-offs, like, peace out, brother, like something just really unexpected. Like,
Boom.
yeah. Bada bing, bada.
Oh. All right. Funny texts. Let me pull my thing up. Should I do do you have any?
I have one.
Okay. So I'll do two and then you can do yours.
Okay.
Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6. That's a pretty good week.
Wow. Okay. So you're really picking up my slack. Jesus.
Wow. This one is actually connected. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Okay. This one's from Amber and it says, guys are so boring. They give it all up in the beginning. That's it. Doesn't need any more context, but I think that's hilarious and so true.
Yeah. It's just like once the chase is over.
Even during the chase.
Even during the chase is just so lackluster.
Yeah. And I think we were talking about Love Island when you sent that. And I can't remember the scenario, but yeah.
It's deserved.
This one's from my friend. I guess I'll keep him anonymous because he never got back to me. But I sent a Snapchat. I did some more bird surveys this week, and I sent a Snapchat and I forgot my boots at home, so I had my Crocs on and I zoomed in on my Crocs. And by the way, Snapchat out of touch. I zoomed in on my Crocs, just said, forgot my work boots, whatever. And then he responded and he said, hope you don't lose your Croc like you lost that flip-flop 14 years ago. And he's talking about the night that on the Woodsy Shenanigans episode.
That's so funny.
Shoshana and I got lost while we were looking for mushrooms. And I just thought it was so funny. And that's an update.
That is an update, technically, yeah.
But yeah, it was just so funny that he brought that up.
That's amazing. Like, you lost that flip-flop. The swamp took it. I don't know.
It did though. Yeah, no, that's gone. There's probably a tree growing out of it now.
Yeah. So my only text of the week that I noted is from Birdie, and she sent me a screenshot of hurricane names just hurricane names. And she said, in all caps, I finally got a fucking hurricane name. Let's fucking go. And William is on there too. That's her dad's name. And Debbie, run for the hills. Debbie is my mother.
Yeah. So there's one named Birdie?
There is one named Birdie, yeah.
No
Not
way.
actually Birdie, but her real name.
This year? We're not on the S's yet.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh,
I don't know where
strange.
the screenshot is from. It looks like it's from a TikTok. So it could be not. Maybe
it's somewhere else than here. Maybe where they're towards the end of their season or something. Do other places in the world have hurricanes? I know there's typhoons.
So I think we're on Chris right now.
Chris sounds right because we just had Bear.
Well, I think they predetermine the names at the beginning of the year, like the alphabet.
Neat.
I just realized that because it's definitely in alphabetical order.
Yes, yeah.
And I feel there's some part in my brain. I mean, I feel like I did somewhere. It's somewhere in there. I knew that, maybe.
You also didn't grow up in Florida, so.
Right. Yeah.
I think you get a pass on that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. I'll take it.
Thanks. Why did I say this? But yeah, every hurricane you go down a letter and then it starts. So we'll have to have quite a few hurricanes to get to Birdie's name, I think. Which isn't actually Birdie, just saying that so the listeners can understand why.
Because it's B. Yeah.
Right. This one's from Amber. She says, Kane pronouncing Miguel as Miguel sounds like me pronouncing literally anything. It ain't right, that's for sure.
At first I thought it was an accident. And that he was just unsure or misspoke. right? And then he kept saying Miguel.
Miguel. It's got to be his accent, right?
It's definitely his
Yeah.
accent. It's absolutely his accent. It's honestly adorable.
I love his accent.
He has a great accent. Yeah.
This is Miguel from Love Island, by the way.
Yeah.
This one is from Tara. She is pregnant. And she mentioned that she's producing milk already, which is kind of, I mean, that's honestly pretty exciting to have that relief, you know? But so I said, that's amazing. That's got to be relieving, knowing the girls are primed. And
that's incredible.
She said in all caps, primed and ready. And then she said, and at my doctor's today, they said Cass is head down. That's her baby's name. And I said, that's so comforting to know, though, that he's primed and ready, too. And then she said, everything is primed, LOL. Optimus Prime?
Excellent.
I just love that she went there.
Yes. Like, it's already such a, like, funny conversation talking about her boobs being primed and ready and her pelvic bone being ready. Like,
and the baby, yeah.
The baby.
Okay. One of my other friends is just found out that she has COVID. And she's like kind of freaked out about it, but she's doing okay. I think she's just like, you know, feeling it symptom wise. But we were like, oh, well, hopefully you're like on the later end of the symptoms and like you'll start feeling better soon. And she said for sure heart, it really kicked in last night. So hopefully it's ... uphill from here, ? Downhill from here. And then she put the laughing emoji. And then Shoshana replied, that was Sam, by the way. And then amazing. Shoshana replied and she said, downhill in parentheses, the good way. And then she said, the parentheses are key going forward for me. And then Sam said, yes, I'm going to have to use those too.
Yeah, I'm still unclear, honestly, which one you're supposed to use.
Is there a right answer to that? Or
I don't think so.
Is it like a glass half full, glass half empty thing? Like,
yeah, it's not real.
It should definitely be added to philosophy curriculums around the world.
Yeah, it should be studied. I would agree with that.
So this one is also from Amber. It started as a voice note, so I'm just going to read the transcript of the voice note. And then we went on to talk about it a little bit more. But she said, so how can men just be so disappointing? Like and this is about Love Island again, because that's almost all we talk about.
Yeah.
I'm at the part where Nicole and Kendall go to the hideaway and Kendall waits at the bottom of the stairs for her in sweatpants and she comes down the stairs in heels and fucking sequin lingerie. Are you kidding me? Never has there ever been better lingerie than that. And it's questionable whether anyone has ever looked better than Nicole in that moment, to be honest with you. That was top notch. And Kendall is in his sweatpants, like, fuck off, man. And then I said, I didn't even notice, but that's such a good point. And Amber said, like, that is the difference in being a woman versus a man. Guy, in parentheses, no matter what, I showed up like this. And then I responded to that and said, I'm here. Isn't that enough? Women go all out, but it's never enough. And the little crying emoji face.
Luckily, Kendall and Nicole seem to have a lovely time in the villa or the hideaway. But yeah, I just thought it was the juxtaposition of Kendall in his sweatpants.
And the fact that I didn't even notice. Because it's
so
it's
expected.
The norm.
Yeah, like it's not anything unusual at all. Yeah, I think it struck me because the sequins blinded me for temporarily. I was like, oh my god, she looks incredible.
She did, yeah.
Serious right now. Nicole could wear a trash bag and she would look good. I mean, she's beautiful. But sequins, lingerie,
gorgeous, and little robe on top, so cute.
Yes. I wouldn't put on heels and walk downstairs ever. No, I'll get to the bottom of the stairs and I'll put my heels on if I'm wearing heels.
I don't wear heels anymore.
I don't even think I own any.
Yeah, I might not anymore either. It's wedges or
That's
flats.
it. Yeah.
Wedges or unflat. That's it. Because I'm not trying to hurt myself. I'm too old for that shit. I'm too old to be wearing heels.
For real.
So consumptions. We haven't had time really to consume anything but Love Island because that is a full-time job. And we do have to clock in after we're done working to consume it.
Yeah.
Rob and the Bugs.
Did you get the TikTok or Instagram reel or whatever I sent you today of him like lip syncing?
Ugh, yeah.
That is exactly how I feel about him with the bugs. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, stop with the fucking bugs, man.
And like, I'm an ecologist. I can appreciate a good bug.
If anyone's gonna appreciate a bug, it's you.
Like the lubbers. You don't like the lubbers. It didn't.
I hate a lubber.
Did not make the top 3 fears list, which is interesting. But
I'm actually gonna reconsider my fears because I really thought I had just watched Stranger Things the first time I ever saw one of those things, and I was like, "You're not gonna tell me this thing isn't upside down. You're not gonna tell me that this is a real thing." I still don't believe it. I hate them. Oh.
I went to this one site visit one time, and I've never seen this in my life besides this one day, but there were so many of them that like as we're driving the truck like through this area, you just see them like jumping, like literally, like we had to be running over like 10 per tire rotation.
Oh my God.
Like
just slaughter.
The ground was lubbers. Like I don't know if there was anything else under it besides just lubbers. It was
that
wild.
Should make me feel better. It should, because I don't like them. That you're like running them over, but it doesn't. The visual doesn't.
That got dark.
And we're talking about Love Island, and we just segue to lubbers.
But yeah, so I don't push. You don't like lubbers? I'm fine with lubbers. I don't grab a lubber and bring it over to you and be like, Amber, kiss the lubber. Like the lubber. Let me put it on my face. Does that make you like the lubber more?
I would punch you directly in the throat and walk away. We would never talk again. If you were Rob, not if you were you. If you were Rob with a lubber.
No. Stop.
It's gonna be a no from me, dog.
Stop with the bugs.
Yeah, I don't want to see one more bug on Rob the rest of the season. Okay, production, make that happen.
Please.
Okay, we're recording on Wednesdays for you. This is the least you can do for us. Yes.
That's fair. That's a fair request.
So Casa Amor was crazy. Pretty much all the guys recoupled except for Kendall. I have got to say, Kendall and Nicole's reactions to each other being single or not standing with a new person, I guess. They're not single because they're a couple, but
coming in still coupled together.
Yeah, that was
choosing
adorable.
Each other.
But literally, all the other guys were like, I think I'm gonna shake things up. I'm just gonna do the wrong
trash
thing.
bag. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna change my mind as soon as I bring her back.
Yeah, what is that? Again, this season is so wild. I have never seen that where like all the guys who brought a girl back were pretty much done with the girl that they brought.
Yeah.
And almost all of them too use that same, and you know what? There's probably a moment that we didn't see on camera where they're all like convincing each other of this, like they did before they actually went to Casa Amor. But
agreed.
Where they're all just like, well, we could bring the new girls over just to kind of see how it works with the old girls, just to kind of bring them over and just kind of pick which one we like once they're both right next to each other.
What baffled me, Kendall says something about how the boys are down bad after that recoupling.
No, he didn't.
I'm like, the boys are the ones who made the dumb decisions. Like, yeah, I think they should be down bad. They were stupid. Okay?
Cry at the gym.
Yeah. No, thank you, Kendall. Sounded real men's rights.
Ooh, they came for Kendall. Okay, but we're not there yet.
Yeah, so the recoupling was rough. The next day after the recoupling, the breakfast situation got weird real quick. Okay. Cordell was like, I'm going to make them both breakfast. I'm going to make Serena breakfast and I'm going to make Dea breakfast. I'm going to make them the same breakfast and I'm going to bring it to them at the same time. And it's not going to be weird.
It's so weird.
First of all, you shouldn't have gone to Dea first if you were trying to make Serena feel better. You should have gone to Serena first. But he doesn't. He gives the plate of food to Daya, and she's all in her toddler voice, thank you. Because she sounds like a literal child every time she speaks. And then he goes to give the plate of food to Serena, and she doesn't even look in his direction. She just like does this, and the plate of food just spills all over Cordell. And it's like, well, you kind of walked right into that.
Beautiful.
So that's karma, babe. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
And then the new girl, Sierra, is crying because everybody else got breakfast from their couple, their partner, except for her. Miguel didn't make her breakfast. And
Miguel.
Miguel.
Did he make Leah breakfast?
No, but he actually does wind up making her breakfast. He's just slower than all the other men. So it's like she's sitting there crying, and then 5 minutes later he's like, here you go. Like,
oh gosh. So he brought just her breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I don't remember if he brought Leah. I don't remember seeing that. But it seemed like with Sierra, he pretty quickly decided that he was more into Leah.
Yeah.
Just like, and
it's
the
like,
one
what?
guy.
Is
who's
it just
the
like
one guy? Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Men, do they just like, is proximity the most important thing to them?
I'm starting to think so. And, or I think the producers might have been in their ears a little bit about bringing somebody back. Because I feel like the one guy who was partnered with Janae and brought that girl Catherine back, who looks like she never knows what's going on. He's standing up there with this new girl, and Janae is so distraught. And he's like, doesn't even know what to say. Like, he's like in tears, like, because I think he realized like that he did have a stronger connection with Janae, and he probably just wasn't thinking because she wasn't in front of him. And that's crazy. Like,
man, it's crazy. The male brain has been studied so much because they're not studying our brains.
No,
or anything to do with women.
No.
But
I will say I do really respect the way the OG guys, like, who've been there since the beginning. The new guys kind of sucked, and like Kane, we don't really know that well yet. But all the other guys, they are really supportive of all the other females, like friendship wise. When somebody like Kaylor is obviously having a hard time with the Casa Amor experience and everything that went on with Aaron. But there are so many moments where like they all just check in on each other, and I don't know why. I just think that's so nice. Like, they seem to all really be friends in there, so that's cool.
Yeah, that's always a fun part of the show too, is like seeing the friendships grow as well. And the girls this season, I've never seen the girls like band together as much as they have this season.
Yeah, they really, I just feel like everybody's so supportive of each other. I kind of don't love or didn't love the attitude that some of the new girls had. Like, they were kind of like, well, they're not being welcoming, talking about the OG girls. And it's like, yeah, y'all stole their men.
Right.
Like, are they supposed to be like, hey, hi? It's kind of not how it works. And I think that most of them did try to, I don't remember them saying anything directly to the women that were necessarily bad. Serena was flicking off Cordell and all sorts of things.
And Kaylor even like made an effort to go like talk to
Daniela.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Kaylor pulling Daniela for a chat was just a boss bitch move. She was like, I just want to hear this from your POV. And I think Kaylor is going to continue to go back and forth with how she feels about what happened. Unfortunately, but I think Daniela did her best, like trying to be upfront and like in a kind, you can tell she really doesn't want to hurt Kaylor's feelings.
Yes, yeah.
So that part of this whole experience is so strange that they all share.
Yeah.
You know?
And like, really, it's on Aaron to be honest too about like what happened, and he keeps downplaying it.
Yes.
And it's like,
and Daniela could take that exact same route. Like, she really could. And I think it just speaks volumes about her that she's like, no, I'm going to tell you even though it makes me look kind of bad.
And like the shower thing too, like Kaylor was pretty upset she didn't tell her about the shower thing, but I wouldn't see that as something to Daniela that would have stuck with her. I think it stuck with Kaylor more because that was a thing between her and Aaron.
Right. Well,
But
he copy pastes everything. Like the
the
handshake.
handshake. Oh my gosh.
Gross.
The
Get
same
some.
one.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Olivia Rodrigo song.
Oh, the strawberry ice cream.
Mm-hmm. It's not even remotely popular.
Deja vu.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
So do we think Rob has just completely forgotten Andrea was ever in the house
Oh,
to begin
100%.
with?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just wanted to check because he's had
Mm-hmm.
like 3 partners since that, and he
Mm-hmm.
seems every time he seems like the same amount of into them. So
Mm-hmm.
it's
Yeah,
kind of
he
hard to
doesn't.
tell.
We haven't seen like a whole lot with him and Daniela either. Like they definitely seem to be kind of growing together, I think, but like
Yeah, it
we're
seems
just
like they had more of a physical connection to begin with, which I think
mm-hmm.
always kind of makes it like it is between them. Like it seems kind of surface level right now.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I agree.
Um, when did Rob become the voice of reason? Did you write that?
I did write that, yeah. Because he was like Aaron was like, I'm done with Kayla. I'm so sick. He's like getting stressed out from the situation and running
Yeah,
away and just like, I'm so stressed out and like attacking her because he knows he fucked up and can't
right.
just say, I
And she's
fucked
not just
up.
immediately moving on.
Right.
Yeah,
Um, and yeah, and Rob like was making sense. And
yeah.
it's just so
Gave good
crazy to
advice.
me. Yeah. And I'm like, how can you not apply this to your situations, Rob?
I I'm very torn on Rob. I think he's 2 different people. I think that's what it is.
No, that's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah, like I that just happened in my brain. Like I just had that
Mhm.
realization. Like, yeah, no, it does make sense. He's 2 different people. He's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like,
That's the only thing, yeah. Because sometimes he's so, like, considerate and caring
yeah,
and smart and like, emotionally intelligent, and then other times he's just being a dick and trying to play 2 girls off of each other
yeah,
and pretending like, weaponized incompetence, pretending like he doesn't realize how shitty it is.
yeah.
Let's see. How do we feel about the timing of Aaron's "I love you" to Kaylor? So they were like in a big fight because all the stuff that happened in Casa Amor, and Kaylor was like, it seemed like she was kind of at her breaking point and like
Yeah.
about ready to be done. And out of nowhere, Aaron goes, "Ah, I just love you," and it's like,
It was definitely a cop out. I agree. I believe that he feels that way.
mm-hmm.
I just think it would have meant more if he had waited until they were on good terms.
Yeah, definitely weird timing.
Yeah, sketchy. Him saying that Harry Potter is British people culture is the funniest thing I've ever heard. I don't know why. But he was talking to Kayla about how, like, at Christmas you have to watch all the Harry Potter movies. Like, that's just British culture. And I'm like, sign me up. I do the same thing. So I'm
Oh, I was gonna
British.
say, do you not already do that?
Yeah, no,
Because
we
we
do.
do.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
absolutely. It's the best time to watch those movies.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, anytime from September on, it's acceptable. I
Yeah,
mean, any time of year, but especially September to
through like
January.
February. Oh, mm-hmm.
Fair. Yeah, fair.
So they had the crazy challenge at the end where they like played clips of like when like pretty much clips throughout the whole season that like other people who were being talked about weren't
Weren't
seeing.
around. Yeah,
What'd you say?
they weren't around.
Oh, yes, yeah. Um I don't know why I didn't hear that. But yeah, I thought Leah like had an anger moment, a bit of an anger moment. And we saw that though initially, right?
We did. And the thing is, I think it's interesting the way they're playing this whole thing because we can't forget why Leah was so worked up in the first place.
Right.
Okay.
And like in the context, I think all of us were like, yeah, fuck yeah, Leah. Like fuck
Right.
that guy.
Did she say some really harsh, messed up things? Yeah.
The crying thing was a bit much.
Yeah.
That
Could have
was
done
not.
without that. Yeah.
I felt like the guys got like really angry.
Yeah.
Like instantly they were like, "Oh, Leah, like I can't believe you would do that." And like y'all just like did some of the trashiest shit this show has ever seen.
I feel like that's why they ganged up on her so hard, because they're like, we're getting the shit end of the stick and we all look really bad. So
Yeah.
let's just, any chance we have to make one of the girls look bad, especially Leah, then let's do that.
And you know who got the most angry about it? Aaron.
Yeah.
The one who like was the biggest fuck up in Casa Amor.
It's like, you have no room to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was so strange that the guys were taken so aback by Leah's words, but yet none of them take accountability for any of the bad stuff that they've done. Well, and it's like, some things you have to understand they are taking out of context to make it sound worse.
Yeah.
Like, if they had shown the full clip of what happened to Leah prior to her flipping out, then the reaction to it probably would not have been the same.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it's such an interesting dynamic between the men and women sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I guess we're going to get more movie night on Thursday. It's supposed to continue into the next episode. So, because
that's got to be bad.
The preview, Kaylor was like crying and Aaron's walking away and like throws his mic in the bushes or something.
Oh my God. Poor Kaylor. She can't take anymore.
I know.
She can. She's strong, but
it really sucks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, our list this week is the most satisfying things.
Mm-hmm.
So be prepared to be happy.
Love it.
First one, when you pull an entire chin hair out, follicle and all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It's just like you've won the day. The day is done. You can stop, like clock out.
You can cross everything else off your to-do list. You don't have to do those now.
No.
You've solved world peace. Like we're good to go here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The day is done.
The sound of the coffee machine in the morning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The smell. I do agree.
Oh, and the smell. I have that on here too, actually.
Yeah. The smell in the morning. That is lovely.
This one needs no context. Just avocado.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
It's so good.
No context.
Right. Moving on. Putting on slippers that just came out of the dryer when your feet are cold.
Oh, yeah.
This one I just recently experienced, possibly for the first time. I don't know if I've ever put the slippers on right when they come out of the dryer before.
Ooh, especially if you've just like gotten out of the bath or something.
And it was like cold in the house, and my feet were like real chilly. Went to pull the clothes out of the dryer, and I'm like, no way, there's some warm slippers in here.
Like, who put those there for me? It's a nice surprise.
It was me. I'm the only one who does laundry. The light turning green right as you're about to hit the brake. And bonus points if it's more than one light at a time, like in a row, like when you're downtown. Love that.
I love this.
Moving on to our new segment. Who's the better friend? I tell you what, I'm feeling better about tonight, and I'm ready to crush you, but I love you.
I feel like we're going to do so well at this. Like, I think, especially because of the time like we live together, I think you're going to slay this one. So I'm nervous.
A hint? Okay, who guessed first last time? I think you did. I think it's my turn to guess first.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have in number 1 for you, Gossip Girl.
No.
God damn it.
But I understand why you would choose that.
Is it on the list at all? Do I get any points?
It's not on the list at all. It's definitely top 5, but it's not top 3.
Damn.
It's a good one. That's a really good one.
All right. Well, 0 for me. I don't know why I grabbed my pen. Number 2, Game of Thrones.
Ooh. Okay. I feel like you should get definitely like a half point for this.
No sympathy points. You don't have to.
Well, because my second one was The Witcher or The Wheel of Time, which I don't think you've heard me talk about The Wheel of Time before.
No, but I have heard The Witcher. I should have known that one.
So I do like Game of Thrones, but it has a lot of things that are hard to watch.
Yes.
And that I don't feel like there's as many scenes like that in The Witcher. There is stuff that's hard to watch, but I just think The Witcher is better.
Okay. Well, wrong and wrong. Number 3, Southern Charm.
No.
I hate it. I hate it. I'm such a bad friend.
No, you're not, because actually some of them I feel like you probably haven't heard me talk about them that much.
All right, give them to me. We have in number 2, The Witcher, The Time Wheel.
Okay, so the first number 1 is Friends.
Ew.
It's the coziest. Ew, did you just ew, Friends?
Yes.
I don't know. That's a game changer for me, bro. Oh, I love Friends. I grew up watching it with my family. Sean loves it. My kids love it. Like, I could watch that. It can always be in the background for me. Like, it's a very comforting show to me. I love it.
All right.
Okay, and so then we said number 2 was The Witcher, or I would have accepted The Wheel of Time. The third one is Planet Earth. I love listening to David Attenborough. I love David. I was just watching Planet Earth a couple hours ago. I was like, well, there's no background noise, so let's just listen to David Attenborough.
All right, another 0 for me. I know you're going to get 1 too, so I've already lost. But go ahead.
Okay, number 1, Gilmore Girls.
Wrong. But it is on there.
It is on the list.
You do get a point, but it's not number
fair.
1.
That's fair. Okay, next I have Real Housewives. I did not specify which housewives because there's too many.
That didn't make the list.
Damn it. Okay, I thought that one was a stretch. Okay, and this one also might be a stretch, but I know you liked it. Dairy Girls.
That's a good guess, but no.
Damn it. Okay, what is tell me.
Tell me. Number 1, Doctor Who.
I was gonna say Doctor Who, and then I was like, is that a show or a movie? And I didn't Google it. I asked myself that question, and then I was like, it can't be that, just because I didn't want to Google it.
No, that's number 1. I love that show so much. So good. Number 2, Gilmore Girls.
Okay.
That's is my friends, my comfort show.
Yeah. And I don't actually really like Gilmore Girls that much, so it's kind of funny that like both of us hate each other's comfort show.
Mine's better though.
No, it's not. Rory is so annoying. Like, I never want to hear Rory talk again.
In today's like perspective, she's so annoying. But I think because I watched it with like a different lens, like 10 years ago,
right?
I liked it more.
I definitely get that. It's like, it does matter like when you watched it for the first time. I think that has something to do with Friends for me too, because I grew up watching it. But
true.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Do you like Seinfeld too?
I don't like Seinfeld.
Good. Okay.
My family did. But no, I hate Jerry Seinfeld.
Number 2, Southern Charm. Nope. Number 3, Southern Charm.
Dang. Okay, see, I didn't even consider Southern Charm. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I would say Gossip Girl is probably number 4 for me, though. So I feel
almost
like...
had one. One of my friends, one of my coworkers, when we're driving, she always asks a ton of questions, and like this last time I literally was like, where do you even think of these from? One of the questions was, would you rather go in the past 100 years or in the future 10 years? And it's just like, just 1,000 questions like this.
That's amazing.
Which is, yeah, I mean, it keeps the chatter going during the like 3-hour car ride. She asked like if you could be like a fictional character from a TV show or a movie, like which one would you be? And I said Rory Gilmore, of course, because my dream is to live in Stars Hollow. It's not so much that I want to be Rory, but I want to be in Stars Hollow.
Yeah.
And it doesn't exist.
Such a good question. I love a good question. From Lord of the Rings, I want to be is it Amryn? No, that's from Amryn is not.
It was one of the people walking, I would say. It's probably one of the people walking.
It's one of the elf lady. She has beautiful
Liv Taylor?
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, I want to be her.
Okay.
Yeah. But only after like the conflict has been solved. I don't want to deal with the orcs. Really scare me, so I don't want to see any orcs ever.
Once they reach the finish line of the walk,
Correct. We're at the end of the walk.
Volcano happened.
Yeah, the eyeball and the ring has all been solved.
Mm-hmm,
I'm gonna visit the Shire, okay? Because it's questionable if I want to be in the Shire or if I want to be the elf.
Yeah. Oh, that's a tough.
The both.
Can you be
if
an
I'm being
elf
honest.
living in the Shire?
I think they would let you rent a place.
Why not?
You could have a timeshare, 50-50.
You just have to kind of like duck a little.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere.
Right.
Like everybody has to just come outside to see you. You can't enter anyone's premises, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might like to be Emily.
Oh, that's the better choice. And then you could still move to Stars. I mean, Emily wouldn't, but you could. And hypothetically,
she could have a mental break.
True. Yeah.
That was good.
So you're the better friend again.
But not by much. Like, I really don't feel like that counted because I didn't get it in the right slot.
Now
and I knew the Doctor Who one, which is why it pisses me off.
Yeah, well, you should see how I feel. Now there's there's 3 tallies for you throughout the entirety. So you have 3 points. There's double zeros for me through both of the games we have played. So
okay, so what are we going to do next week?
Next week we're going to do favorite foods. And I'm really going to have to, I might even have to like try to sneak some questions in to do some real like espionage. Maybe I'll like, because I'm walking your dogs this week, maybe I'll kind of come over with some different food options and see which ones they like better, because maybe that's stuff you cook more often.
Oh, okay. I like that.
I don't know. I got to get creative.
That's a little shifty. I'm not going to lie. That's a good idea. Yeah. I feel like I know more of what you don't like than what you do like, food-wise.
Yeah, there's a lot of the don'ts.
That one's easier. So it's like maybe by process of elimination, I'll get there.
Mm-hmm. I know you'll get 1.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Or I shouldn't have said that.
I feel like I do know 1. And the thing is, I just always compared to like when we've been together, I'm like, that's her favorite thing because we were together.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta
that's what I'm using is like things that you've cooked for me. It's always I
feel like I'm really for me because I've cooked for you a lot, so I feel like you know what my go-tos are. I think you're gonna get this one next week. She's already writing stuff down, folks. Look at this. Amazing.
All right. Well, I think that's it for this week.
Follow us on Instagram at Out of Touch PCast. Follow us on TikTok at Out of Touch Moments. And send us an email at outoftouchcast@gmail.com.
Boom.
Bye.